Hey guys, this is Jared Proko from Nerdy Geek Talk, the source of all your nerdy geeky needs, and welcome to episode 7 of Misaligned, where we discuss and talk about the entire aligned continuity and break it down piece by piece by piece.
By piece.
By piece.
There we
By
go.
piece.
I don't think we've hit enough by pieces, but let's just go do the thing.
Yep. As you can tell, joining me tonight are Zeus. How are you?
I'm tired, but that's never stopped me before.
Same, actually. SoundJack. How are you?
I'm doing quite well.
Good.
Except with all the research I had to do for this episode, but it's okay. It's okay.
Worth it.
Yep.
That's right. So, yeah. Were you saying something?
No, you go ahead. Because I thought I was going to say something because I thought you weren't going to say something. So.
Oh. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the War for Cybertron game. But not the War for Cybertron game that you may think. Because tonight
that would be
we are
normal, and
Yes.
we're anything but that.
correct. Because tonight we are focusing on the Nintendo version of the War for Cybertron games.
War for Cybertron as it was meant to be played.
You are a tad incorrect there, Jared. It is
What?
not game, singular. There were, in fact, 2 games for the
That's
DS.
right.
Transformers War for Cybertron Autobots and Transformers War for Cybertron Decepticons. It's like we're playing Pokemon over here.
I love Pokemon, except I've never played a single game, and I stopped collecting the cards when I was 8. So, not really.
I've never collected or done anything with Pokemon in my entire life, so the only one I know is Pikachu and Charizard, and that's it.
There's a lot of you. Jeez.
Ash is my favorite Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, SoundJack. Yeah, SoundJack. I'm gonna leave it to you because you're probably the only one who actually did research for this.
I'm definitely the one who did research for it. And I'm also probably going to wager I'm the only one that's actually played these games.
Yeah, I just show up here every week. I don't even know what purpose I serve.
You're the comedic relief.
I guess that's better than Towel Boy.
Yeah,
I'm the wild card because I never know if I'm actually gonna be working on a Wednesday or not.
And you never know if you're going to say anything.
Yeah. Except for the intro and the outro.
All right, well, we've rambled on for a good 3.5 minutes. I think now would be the time to start.
Yeah. All right. So, where to start? I'm
At the
actually.
beginning.
Well, actually, before going into the actual lore, I kind of, since most people probably have not touched the games, I want to actually kind of discuss how the gameplay is different very quickly. Because it's weird. Well, first of all, the graphics are like, take the War for Cybertron models and like put them on, put them in the Super Mario World. No, not Super Mario World. Is it Super Mario World I'm thinking of? Anyway, Crash Bandicoot. Put it in Crash Bandicoot. The first Crash Bandicoot game. The graphics look like that.
Are you thinking of Super Mario 64?
Yes.
All right. Well, good we figured that out.
Yeah, that one. The graphics pretty much look like that. And as opposed to being able to change weapons, any character you pick is locked with a standard. It has only one ranged weapon and one melee weapon they can use throughout the entire time. But each character can have different weapon types that make them special in a fight. The types were plasma, represented by a red circle, laser, represented by a yellow triangle, and solid, represented by a blue square. And every time you did a mission, you would have 2 characters. So ideally, you should pick people or bots that had covered all 3 weapon types, because certain things were weak to certain types.
So it is like Pokemon.
Yes.
My favorite Pokemon is Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he's also the heavy type, because there were also 3 classes: heavy, light, and air.
Mm.
And there was also a leveling system with a max possible level of 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely very, very different than the version that I played.
And it's
Yeah.
And both of those versions are very different from Jerry. Does no one remember Does no one remember SpongeBob?
I was about to say, were you referencing SpongeBob?
Yes, I was referencing SpongeBob. Half the words that come out of my mouth are a reference, and more often than not, it's either Friends or SpongeBob. So
Anyway, with the SpongeBob reference quota for the episode filled.
It's not even filled yet. We've got plenty more to fill that quota.
Oh no, I know it's filled. It's definitely filled. But anyway, let's get into the plot. Even though these are version exclusives, they do follow the same plot progression as the War for Cybertron Xbox 360 PlayStation PC edition, with the Decepticon campaign basically happening before the Autobot campaign. So mission 1, and both games had 8 missions you had to fight through.
That's a
mission
lot.
1
That's a whole lot of Nintendo.
That is a whole lot of Nintendo. Yes, we got 16 missions to go through in this episode. Woohoo!
Oh boy, and by the end of last episode, I was very tired and had nothing to say. And that was only like 10.
Yeah. So, let's strap yourselves in, boys.
Oh,
and girls.
I want to get off the ride.
And whoever is listening out there. But no, you're locked in. You're our host. You have no choice. Anyway,
hey,
turning back now.
Who put these handcuffs on me?
Mission 1, the plot forms of, and this is again the Decepticon edition. Ironhide and Ratchet have detected that Megatron is searching for something at a training facility. We are at the perspective of the Autobots at the moment. Megatron is looking for something, and Ratchet and Ironhide send a new recruit to investigate. And guess what? At the beginning of the game, that recruit is you, so you can learn how to play the game.
Do we die?
Hold on, I'm getting to it. While going through the facility and training, he runs into Air Raid, who helps him train, but eventually the Air Raid has to go off. And then the recruit is asked to get some data links back online. Once he does so, Megatron bursts through the wall and kills the recruit. Wah, wah, wah.
So we do die.
Yes. But don't worry, you're now playing the Decepticons. After killing the recruit, Megatron is contacted by Soundwave, who is trying to hack the mainframe, but needs a distraction. So Megatron is joined by Dirge, who never appeared in the War for Cybertron console game, as well as another con who don't care about, because he served to die by a swarm. Because apparently Cybertron has swarming bees.
Bees?
Bees. I'm pretty sure they spawned out of honeycomb-looking things too, from what I can remember.
Bees?
Bees.
Are you sure? Bees.
I am positive. I am very positive it is bees. And yes, I would like it to not be the bees. But
do they like
there are
jazz?
the bees. I don't know.
This podcast was a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like my life.
Anyway, that's too depressing for this show. Anyway.
We'll have
Never
the
mind.
editor cut it. Or not. Maybe it'll get left in. I have no idea what the editor does.
Anyway. So after the random con is killed by the swarm, they keep moving on, but Megatron is soon taken out by a laser guard, but is aided by Brawl. After a bit, Soundwave reports success in hacking the mainframe, and Megatron and the others head to rendezvous with Soundwave, but Megatron ends up fighting Jetfire by himself, which is important because that does not line up with the console games, because Jetfire didn't join the Autobots until after Megatron raided Trypticon Space Station, which they haven't yet because after beating the crap out of Jetfire, Soundwave reports that he now knows the location of the Trypticon space station, and that's where they are headed.
When do they fight Pikachu?
Chapter 7, actually.
Great. Looking forward to that.
All right, but we are not on Chapter 7 yet. We are on, actually, Mission 2, I should say. Mission 2, Reviving the Dark Energon Project. So, the Decepticons reach the Trypticon space station. They ran their ship into it, and Starscream is at the door and says he won't reactivate the station. So, the Decepticons take a long time. They fight their way through the station, reach the Dark Energon, fight Starscream. Starscream begs for mercy, and Megatron allows him to join. And when Starscream does so, he reactivates the Dark Energon project. Also different from the console game, in the very least, that Starscream begs for mercy as opposed to being like, I can help you.
So he's a little more in line with the Prime character then?
A little bit, yeah.
The big coward.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, Starscream's both conniving and cowardly, so.
Yeah.
Well, but
It's just what.
in Prime he's more coward than Knife.
Well, he's conniving. He's definitely conniving if he survives by himself for a good season.
All I'm saying is there's a lot more of the coward Starscream in Prime.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anywho, so Dark Energon Project has been revived. Soundwave then suggests that they take it somewhere safe, so Megatron decides to test it safely in Kaon, which is Mission 3, testing the experiment. And pretty much this chapter is Barricade has set up the Kaon prison as a testing field, where the Decepticons fight enemies, including Autobot prisoners. And one of the prisoners, basically like the main enemy of this level, being Ironhide.
Liquid nitrogen.
Which is weird because he was just with the Autobots at the start of this game, and there was no indication they really took anyone. I guess they did. But then B, if the Autobot campaign, which we'll get to later, is supposed to be in canon, Ironhide is still with the Autobots.
Shh, it's a clone. It's Ratchet, but in cosplay.
No, Ratchet needs to be with the Autobots too. It's the black Ironhide from the Diaclone line.
But in cosplay.
Yes, we just solved the entire problem with the aligned continuity here, folks. You heard it here first.
That's it. We've solved the aligned continuity. I've been _Zeus. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Anyway, so after running through the Kaon testing grounds, basically, the tests unfortunately have depleted the entirety of the Dark Energon supply, and Megatron orders Starscream to find a way to make more. Well, meanwhile, Soundwave also plans experimenting on Barricade. So Barricade's got fun things to look forward to.
Woohoo!
Are you doing
And that's
something they want 7?
And that's mission 3. That's just mission 3. They just test the energon. Great, cool. Mission 4 is reactivating the energon bridge. And unlike the console games where Starscream knew about the geosynchronous energon bridge, Starscream in this has to decipher ancient files to reveal the existence of the bridge, which is actually in Cybertron's core, apparently.
Okay.
But does the same thing of transferring the energon to Trypticon Station. Trypticon Station, I mean.
Okay, granted, basically the only games I've played in my life are a Kirby game and the Lego games. This kind of sounds like it's not structured super well.
Yeah. There's clear, with the plot that they were given, there was clearly some padding to make it worth it to split the one plot of the console games into 2 separate games for the DS.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting on, chapter 4. Oh yeah, we were already there.
Chapter 4.
So he
We're doing this again?
Yeah, mission 4. So now that Starscream knows where to get more energon, he sets up a computer station to monitor the Decepticons' progress. And the Decepticons just have to fight a lot of things, like a lot of, and they have obstacles to overcome and fighting more things. And eventually they get to the bridge. But as they reach it, Soundwave warns that they've activated an old defense system, with Starscream thinking he knows how to get in. That's the end of chapter 4. Chapter 5, mission 5, activating the uplink. The Decepticons are energon bridge starts. Wait a second. Yeah. Oh, it's just the wiki was just restating things, and I got confused. So, Soundwave reports at the start of Mission 5, Trypticon's energy cells are depleted, and Dark Energon is down to 20%. Starscream thinks he found a way to bypass most of the ancient security system. So they pass. So they go ahead. They continue on. They pass traps. They fight enemies, and are about to uplink to the bridge. About to start the uplink. But Silverbolt disrupts them, and sends Autobots to fight them. Once the Autobots have been defeated, the cons have to now use a backup link and have to go through more enemies. And then once they get to the backup link, they have to fight Silverbolt once they reach that location. And then they activate the bridge. But unfortunately for the Decepticons, it only repowers Trypticon up to 37%, because the Autobots have severed the connection to the core using the Omega Key encryption locks.
That's
with
an oddly
Megatron.
specific percentage.
It is very oddly specific, even though it probably means nothing. And it's also very oddly that the Autobots actively lock the core off from the Decepticons in this edition, as opposed to the core of Cybertron just having been locked.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. I completely forget everything after we record. Always, without fail.
Maybe you should take notes.
I mean, I could, but that's less fun.
Yeah. It'll help the show a bit, maybe.
Not if we want to keep me the jokey dummy.
Yeah, fine. Anyway, moving on. Mission 6. Why do I keep saying chapters? The Attack of Icon.
It rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah, it does. Laserbeak has intercepted a transmission in which Zeta Prime is telling Optimus Prime to protect the library while he secures the Omega Key. Megatron then orders a raid on Iacon, and again, a lot more fighting, breaching barriers, jumping over lakes of energon, etc., yada yada, reaching the main part of the ancient ruins of the repository, where Starscream notes that they have gathered information. However, all of it is encrypted data, and they've just killed everyone that can decode it. At which point, Megatron tells Starscream to shut up.
Shut up, Starscream.
I would
and
try.
That's Mission 6.
Oh, so now we're getting to Mission 7. This is when they fight Pikachu, right?
Yes, it
Yay.
is.
Yay.
So, eventually, even though Starscream says the Autobots would have had to code it, Starscream actually is the one that ends up breaking the encryption to find where the other Omega keys are being located. So, but Starscream vocalizes that he does not think Megatron will actually be able to get it. Again, more fighting to reach the stellar galleries where they are located, and more fighting after they reach the stellar galleries. Eventually, they find a force field protecting the Omega Key, and they deactivate the field to get to it. But then, energy barrier, then they are locked in with the Omega Key, at which point, Pikachu reveals himself.
Yes!
And,
Pika,
and by
Pika.
Pikachu, I mean
Pika, mother
Zeta
truckers.
I mean Zeta Prime. It's not Pikachu, it's actually Zeta Prime, guys.
Well, isn't Zeta Prime basically Pikachu?
No, because Zeta Prime's kind of a jerk.
Well, Pikachu's kind of a jerk. Have you seen the first episode of Pokemon?
Well, he improves himself, but Pikachu also doesn't die.
But what
Spoilers.
What if he does? That's a big theory, is that Pikachu died, and the one that Ash got after was one that was a little bit less of a jerk. It's a big internet conspiracy. We've blown the lid open.
Uh-huh.
By the way, that is a real theory that exists out there. People actually.
We are on track. We have completely blown the train off the track. This is not Armada.
We made a hard left on a straight track, tumbled over into a ravine, and we're currently on fire.
You're not helping.
Who said that's what I was supposed to do?
Astro Train, get back to work.
Space bus.
Anyway, Zeta Prime has revealed himself and plans to beat the crap out of the Cons. However, that doesn't work, and the Cons defeat him. Even though defeated, Zeta Prime refuses to give them the keys, so Megatron presumably kills him, takes the key, and uses it. However, when he does so, Zeta warns that the real key is now coming to him, and Omega activates, and he quickly beats most of the Decepticons in Iacon and is now looking for Megatron. That part is actually fairly aligned with the War for Cybertron games. Not 100% or not how the battles progress, surely. But the main plot beats do occur the same way pretty much, except Omega gets to the Decepticon a little quicker in this, it seems. And finally, Mission 8, Omega Supreme. With this giant behemoth raining destruction down upon the Decepticons, Megatron accuses Starscream of planning this. Starscream taunts him in return, but says he can still restart the link between the core and Tripticon Station. Megatron launches an attack, but then Cliffjumper interrupts him. Hey, Cliffjumper's in this game, guys.
Hey!
Oh boy.
He wasn't in War for Cybertron.
Dwayne Johnson.
And he still had Bumblebee's head, though.
Oh. Dwayne Johnson.
Close enough.
Anyway, so Cliffjumper interrupts Megatron's attack on Omega Supreme. Cliffjumper sends in troops and activates force fields to prevent their progress. Eventually, the Decepticons have to chase Cliffjumper down, but then Cliffjumper is defeated because he crashes into a wall.
Dwayne Johnson.
And then the Cons just leave him behind and they move on. However, then Jetfire shows up, who sets more enemies at the Cons. Eventually, they have to catch up with him, who then sets up baseful defenses upon them. Following that, there is another chase, and they finish off Jetfire. As they continue through the corridors, Omega punches through the wall, and they have to face him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those fights where you're...
No, because, like, the Kool-Aid Man, like, when he punched through the wall, and then he brings the kids the Kool-Aid, he vomits the Kool-Aid up out of his head into their cups.
Yeah. And just so people that have played the War for Cybertron game know, it's still kind of like the pit. It's still kind of like the fight, I guess, because Omega's all the way far away in a pit. However, instead, you're limited to one platform, basically, from your camera perspective.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm trying to think. It's just like it's like kind of like two-dimensional boss battles, sort of, but the boss is over there. Does anyone have any good examples of those kinds of fights? Because I can't think of any, but you probably understand what I'm talking about.
What kinds of fights? Sorry, I stepped out for a second.
Boss battle fights where you're on a singular platform and you're restricted to only that platform. And there's a giant boss in the distance that is striking your platform. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, I mean, again, I've only ever played a Kirby game and a lot of Lego games. Closest I can think of is in the Lego Marvel game when you're in an elevator on the raft and Magneto's throwing rocks at you. But also the boss you're fighting in the foreground is Sabretooth.
Not quite what I'm talking about, but audience, if you're on the YouTube channel, leave comments down below.
Also, tell me what your favorite Lego game is. By the way, you're all wrong. The correct answer is Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Well, specifically, yeah, leave comments down below of what of examples of the boss fight style I'm talking about, if you actually understand what I'm describing. But anyway, after this ridiculous fight, Omega Supreme falls. Megatron announces the infusion of Dark Energon into the core is complete. Cybertron is his. All hail Megatron. Yada yada yada. That is the Decepticon campaign.
Campaign?
Yeah.
Don't you mean game?
Yeah, the Decepticon game. Yes, you are right. The wiki does list it as Autobot and Decepticon campaigns. Because there's still a continuity.
The wiki's wrong.
There's still game. Yeah, both are right. I think both would be still accurate.
No, the wiki is wrong.
Whatever. Anyway, any questions on the Decepticon game, guys?
Nope.
Do you think people who have really bad grammar just think everyone else has really bad grammar?
I hoped your questions would have been relevant to the topic at hand, but I guess I was expecting too much.
Yeah, what do you think I am? Some kind of professional? You think I have good work ethic? Do you even know me at all?
Apparently not. Anyway, Autobot campaign, let's go. Mission
Autobot
1.
game!
Autobot campaign. I'm just going to say that now just to annoy you, Zeus.
Well, joke's on you, hater. It's not that annoying. I was trying to be annoying myself.
Ha ha ha. Anywho's, Mission 1, gathering troops. Zeta Prime makes a distress call. Optimus isn't there, so Ironhide takes it, but the call is cut off by the Decepticons, so Bumblebee is sent to find Optimus.
No, I thought the call was cut off because Zeta was dead.
Nope.
Cool.
Nope. That wasn't how it worked in the original games. It was a distress call from Zeta, but in that game, the distress call was purposefully leaked, was purposefully allowed to go through by the Decepticons to lure the Autobots to chaos. In this, it seems to genuinely be Zeta Prime is like, hey guys, help me please, because he's still alive. However, it's different because in the console games, Bumblebee finds Optimus first before the mission is sent. In this game, the transmission is sent before Optimus Prime is like the leader, the stand-in leader, the substitute leader.
Does that mean that the class gets a day off and doesn't have to try at all?
No, the class has to try even harder. In this case, on Cybertron, the class has to try even harder because the Decepticons are going to kill you even harder.
Yep.
This continuity sucks. I want a new one.
Anyway, So while Bumblebee is out looking for Optimus, Ironhide sends another recruit, or a new recruit, or the same recruit. I don't know how to define this. I'll say it's a different recruit, even though it looks exactly the same and sounds exactly like the same as the Autobot recruit from the Decepticon game.
Let's call him the Titoricon.
But he's an Autobot.
Well,
Titorabot.
Titoratron sounded equally evil, but both sound good in my head.
The Tutorbot. Let's do that. The tutorial bot. Tutorbot.
All right.
So Tutorbot is sent to help Ratchet and Aeroid with some
Does this
things
one
in the
die
base.
too?
Hold on, I'm getting there. Eventually, and the recruit does some training. Eventually, Aeroid has to leave, and the recruit has to get some data links back online, just like in the start of the Decepticon campaign. When he does so, he informs Ironhide of his success when Starscream bursts in, ready to kill him. Fortunately for Tutorbot, Optimus drives through a wall, and Starscream is forced to leave.
Oh yeah. Hey kids, you want some red body juice from my head?
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
Because,
You sure? It's fruit punch flavor.
because I think it's not has
Positive.
been proven bad for humans, Zeus. I don't think we should drink it.
You sure? It's fruit punch flavored.
No, it's not. Anyway. So after chasing off Starscream, Optimus then heads into the facility with Jetfire and another Autobot, who is also conveniently a random Autobot who happens to conveniently get destroyed by a swarm.
It sounds almost as if they literally took the same game and reskinned it like a Pokemon game. Oh my god.
And to support your theory, Optimus is also hurt by a laser guard just like Megatron, but is saved by Bumblebee's help instead of Brawl's.
My god, I think we've just cracked the Da Vinci Code, and with that, I need to let my dog out. So I'll be back in 10 seconds.
All right. While you are taking your dog out, I will continue on. Because after Bumblebee helps Optimus up from the laser guard, they head to where Ironhide is, but on the way to Ironhide instead of Soundwave.
Liquid nitrogen.
Now they are headed to where Ironhide is, who has reported on Decepticon activity. Optimus ends up by himself and has to fight Dirge.
Oh boy, it's everybody's favorite Cone Man.
Because, see, Dirge was with Megatron at the start of the Decepticon campaign, and they had to fight Jetfire, and now Jetfire's with Optimus, and now they have to fight Dirge. Ha ha ha, all good times.
Flip the script. Flip the genre on its head. They revolutionized the market. Except Simpsons did it. And by Simpsons, I mean Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, however, with the push of getting Decepticons out of the city, the data links are back online. However, they still have to retake Iacon. So, Mission 2 is retaking Iacon. Jetfire then reports that Dark Energon Corruptors are damaging Iacon and must be destroyed in order to contact Zeta again, or to allow Zeta to contact them. Optimus reminds, and this is a bit that like just completely screws the continuity.
Oh boy, I'm excited to have another 2-minute breakdown on camera. And when I say camera, I do mean camera, because I'm on Skype.
At this point, Optimus reminds everyone he is not the leader and is intending to return to the docks once the war is over.
The docks? Where?
Yes.
But he's a librarian. Librarians don't go to the docks unless they're picking up books.
But when Orion Pax appeared in the Generation 1 continuity in the Generation 1 cartoon before he was Optimus Prime, he worked at the docks.
But this isn't G1. This is Aligned. And in Aligned, he's a space librarian.
I know. Apparently, the developers of the DS game didn't get that memo.
They should fix it when they do the special Predacon edition of Transformers War for Cybertron. The secret third one that they don't talk about until months after. Just like a Pokemon game.
Well, they're not doing that formula anymore. Duh. Obviously, it's going to be Ultra Autobots and Ultra Decepticons next time.
My favorite flavors of Pokemon game. The Ultras.
Anyway, so after making that straight, very out of continuity comment, the Autobots do what the Decepticons did. They fight bad guys, they fight turrets, they jump Dark Energon Lake and destroy a Dark Energon Corruptor. That's new to the mission, to the Autobots. They destroy a Dark Energon Corruptor. After destroying the first one, the Ironhide reports there are two more near the Decagon. Hey, remember this place?
When you stick the hexagons together, right?
Not the hexagons, the heptagon.
We figured out it was the hexagons, because then that gets rid of the extra side on each.
Oh, that's right.
Otherwise, it's an octagon.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so they reach the Decagon, and they destroy the two Corruptors, and they reactivate the defenses. After that, they are just sitting there waiting, twiddling their thumbs until Zeta can make contact with them again. Which apparently isn't for long, because in Mission 3, the data node is back up and running. Zeta makes contact and tells him he is in Kaon Prison. A team goes in to break into the prison, taking alternate routes, busting generators, force fields, bad guys, etc. They unlock a door, and they have to fight Onslaught.
Ooh.
Onslaught is here, and you must prepare for an onslaught.
That's a bad line. Please tell me that's in the game.
That's in the game.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Yes.
I love this dialogue. It's my favorite. This is amazing. It's perfect. Except it sucks.
I'm going to say, I did play these games. I remember very little about these games, but I remember that is one of the few things I remember. The other thing I remember is that one of Optimus's lines is, "I have an axe to grind with you, Decepticons."
And then he smashes their face in with the axe.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I only realized recently that it's supposed to be a play on "I have a bone to pick with you."
I'm loving this dialogue. It's great. Except it's terrible. And I love it.
You should play the DS games then.
Yeah, but then I'd have to buy a DS.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate. Maybe there's an emulator you can run.
Oh yeah, I could always just do one of them ports, because that's not illegal. I'm not saying I have a problem with that, I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, you're part of a fandom that allows IP infringing things to happen.
I did literally say I don't have a problem with that, I'm just putting it out there.
That is very true. Also, I may have made some people angry with that comment, but I hope that it's not the case, and I hope you are reasonable.
Actually, I hope you are really offended, but also I hope that you decide that you can agree to disagree and don't kill me, please.
That is very true. They agree to disagree. Very good. Anyway, not to get fandom political in here, I guess.
It's too late.
Yeah. Anyway, so Onslaught, prepare for an onslaught. Onslaught is beaten. They are inside the station.
In 1 minute. Just keep going without me. Pretend I'm not gone.
Okay. To Jared and to anyone listening, so Onslaught is beaten. They have finally breached the station, but Bumblebee is concerned that they are still walking into a trap. And after that, we enter Mission 4, rescuing Zeta Prime.
Woohoo!
What are my words today? Jetfire reports to the team that Zeta Prime is being held in a nearby cell. Ironhide wants to fight, but Optimus reminds him to stay on to the mission. Megatron is amused by the rescue team and sends some cons to fight them. Specifically, there is a leader of this group who is a Decepticon guard, sends tanks at them while they are trying to cross a giant energon lake. They cross the lake, destroy the tanks, and then beat the guard up. There's more fighting, and they eventually reach the cell block. A prison warden sends a fully armed prisoners, yes, fully armed prisoners upon them.
Okay, but no.
But they're prisoners. They shouldn't They shouldn't have weapons.
Don't give guns to the prisoners.
Yeah, really. Unless this was the plan all along.
What if there is no plan and they're just throwing things out there and hoping they work?
Dun dun dun.
I think we just solved Angels and Demons, the sequel to the Da Vinci Code that no one liked.
I don't think that's what we're doing.
But we solved the Da Vinci Code earlier, so by extension, this can't be the Da Vinci Code.
No, this is the Da Vinci Code 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's what I just said, except instead of that, the real title of the movie.
Anyway.
Okay.
So the Autobots are able to beat the fully armed prisoners, and then grenade turrets are set upon them by the prison warden, but they are destroyed, as is he. The bots then have to get the bots have to get to another prison cell. Those prisoners are also released, and once they beat them, then they have to cross another bridge. Then they finally reach Zeta Prime.
And then they have to collect all 6 of the Infinity Stones to open the door.
No, they just have to collect one, and by Infinity Stone, I mean Zeta Prime. And Optimus takes Zeta Prime back to the High Council. By the time he's there, he's dead, and the High Council anoints Optimus Prime and tasks him with curing the core of Cybertron, which again is actually accurate to the console games.
Accurate enough.
But you don't have to. In this version, you don't get to fight Soundwave, so yeah.
Oh, you don't get to fight Soundwave, then who cares?
What? Sorry, Zeus?
If you don't get to fight Soundwave, then who cares?
Soundwave is awesome.
Exactly.
Soundwave is great. And also it's really unfortunate because we don't get to hear someone make a comment about Soundwave being like the Minicon's daddy.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of that thing I thought of last time we recorded that I never told anyone.
Don't tell us now, please.
I'll wait until we're done recording like I planned to do last time, but then everyone left.
Okay. So, Mission 5 we're on to. It's called Gaining Strength. So, who here thought Grimlock and Swoop first appeared in Fall of Cybertron?
No, because they first appeared in the G1 cartoon.
In the Aligned continuity, I mean.
Oh, yeah, sure then.
Well, you'd be wrong.
What?
Because those two first appeared in the War for Cybertron DS game, and they didn't have Dinobots.
What? My mind has been blown. I'm freaking out. What? Who? Why? What? Who? What?
Who? What? Why?
Why is Gamora? That's the question.
IDK, my BFF Jill.
I don't know what that is, but I think I've heard it before.
You know what? It's just a quote on the wiki. It's a caption on the wiki for the picture from Animated where Meltdown is in the prison cell. I don't know what that's supposed to reference. But anyway, Mission 5, Gaining Strength. Optimus approaches Grimlock and Swoop and asks them to join the Autobots. Though initially reluctant, Grimlock agrees to join only if Optimus can prove his strength against him. While they're talking, the cons abduct Swoop and the Autobots mount a rescue. They have to head to the outskirts of Icon, bust through force fields, and they have to fight another character not in the console version of War for Cybertron, Cyclonus.
Oh, ooh. Everyone's favorite bunny man. By the way, the IDK My BFF Jill thing is from an old AT&T commercial.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, So, Cyclonus fighting him. Well, actually, they don't fight him. He hides behind a force field and he sends minions upon the Autobots. And then once the Autobots
Just
are
like
defeated,
a real man.
Yep. And once the Autobots are, once the minions are defeated and the shield is down, Cyclonus feebly lets them pass. He inherited a bit more from animated Skywarp than I thought.
So I guess that confirms that Cyclonus is Skywarp?
Well, in the animated continuity, Cyclonus is in fact Skywarp. Supposedly. It's not Bombshell at the very least.
No, but I mean in general, because this is outside of that continuity, and they did a character similarity between the two. So
well,
they're
Skywarp,
the same character.
Well, no, because Skywarp exists at the same time as Cyclonus in this
Why
game.
do you have to ruin everything for me, SoundJack?
I'm not trying to ruin everything for you. It's just how it is.
It just comes naturally. I get it. You're good at ruining my life.
Anyway, so the Cyclonus lets them pass. Eventually, they find Swoop in a lab, but they've been experimenting on him with Dark Energon and is going crazy. They are capable of purging the infection by jolting him with some of the other lab equipment. Because obviously, shock therapy is the best way to cure anyone of
anything. I
mean,
especially Dark Energon poisoning.
I mean, look at what happened in American Horror Story. Doing shock therapy got that woman right out of the hospital, except then the guy who got her out turned out to be the serial killer.
Dun dun dun. Anyway,
spoilers for the second season of American Horror Story, season 2, I guess.
Anyway, moving along. Since Swoop has been purged from Dark Energon, Swoop repays the Autobots by showing them a quick way out. Cyclonus, however, has rigged the lab to blow, and everyone has a minute to get out. And while they are trying to get out, they have to destroy force fields on the way. They do manage to all escape, and Grimlock allows Swoop to join the Autobots and tags along for the time being in order to protect Swoop.
Woo!
Hey.
Then that's Mission 5. Mission 6, Saving the Core. After analyzing some core samples, Jetfire and Ratchet have determined that the corruptors are keeping the core from healing, so the Autobots have to go to the core. They fight, they travel, and eventually reach an area rich in Dark Energon, which Optimus believes is where the corruptors are. They destroy the corruptors' power supply, but then Brawl comes in and says he himself will supply the backup power.
Oh, I thought he was going to come in and say, "Hey, my name is Brawl, and I love lasagna."
Nope. No, he comes in. He's just like he just hooks himself up to the corruptors, and he's just like, "I'm going to be your battery now."
He is the Harbulary battery.
Anyway, while that is happening, the Autobots fight him. While he shows a very unique power, he can spawn bees. He can spawn swarms of bees.
Bees?
Bees.
Again, bees.
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 Bees?
I think we're done with this joke.
I know, but that was a good soundbite right there. Just bees?
Bees.
That's my
anyway.
That's my ringtone now. I'm gonna make that my ringtone. It's just me like at the just squeaking out. Bees?
Bees. Anyway. I'm doing that to try to ruin your ringtone as much as I can.
Oh, you're just adding to the ringtone.
Oh dear. Oh, I've made a mistake.
You've
created a monster.
You've made many mistakes, one of which was inviting me to do this.
To be fair, Eric invited you to do this.
For the purposes of my argument, you did.
I'm not even in charge of this show. Jared's the one in charge of this show.
For the purposes of my argument, you did.
We're off track.
When are we on track?
They stop Brawl. The core is saved, but it cannot sustain the population, so they have to leave in ships. But before they do, they have to do one more thing. Destroy Trypticon Station.
Oh
Ooh.
boy.
Yep. Mission 7, not Chapter 7, Mission 7, destroying Trypticon Space Station. This Trypticon station is closing in on Cybertron, destroying the fleeing Autobot ships as it goes. Optimus orders a strike team to ascend the space bridge to Trypticon. Ironhide is thinking it's suicide, but Optimus vows to protect the Matrix as well as the future of the race. They get on board and head for the energy pumps. They fight Khan, stop the pumps, and fight some more. The fighting, however, causes a power surge, knocking out the station's primary systems. The Autobots get energy flowing again for some reason.
Magic.
For some reason, even though they stopped the energy flowing for before.
Because plot.
Yeah. Anyway, they get the energy flowing again, and more cons keep coming. The power goes out yet again, and Ironhide determines something is causing a major power drain. The station quakes, and the Autobots find the main cannon, which is, I believe, the source of the power drain.
Okay, if it's not attached to a space slug, I'll be disappointed.
There's no space slugs in this game.
This continuity sucks. Get me some more space slugs. That's all I want.
All you get are space bees.
Bees? And that was the perfect amount of silence.
The power goes out. Cannon, main cannon. The Autobots find the main cannon and they destroy it. That down, with the cannon down and the power core destroyed, nothing is keeping the station in orbit. Besides, gravity. Anyway, they escape the station, but once they do, they see the station is transforming into something, as Grimlock notes, something that he thinks looks familiar.
A big
He would know.
Dinosaur.
No, he wouldn't, because he doesn't transform into a dino. He just transforms into a huge tank thing.
A huge tank thing in the shape of the dinosaur.
No.
No, not him. Trypticon.
Oh, yeah, Trypticon, yeah. Anyway, Mission 8 is Trypticon. Once Trypticon lands, Optimus rallies an assault on him, so then they have to go destroy some corruptors and beat some cons up. They eventually run into Ironhide, who's down and can't reach a security access panel, which is solved with some gunfire. I don't know how it's solved with gunfire, but that's just...
Guns do fix in-game.
That's just what I know, because, again, I don't remember everything in this game, and I couldn't find any good videos of the game that weren't playthroughs. Anyway, more fighting happens, more jumping over pools of dark energon, and eventually they reach the crater and Trypticon. After fighting him for a bit, in the same style as Megatron fought, as you would fight Omega Supreme, Trypticon
almost like they're the same game, but reskinned.
I know, right? Anyway, Optimus, they defeat Trypticon. Optimus gives a rousing speech declaring they'll keep Cybertron in their memories forever as they flee in ships. And yes, at the end of this game, they are already leaving Cybertron.
Because there's nothing after it. Because the games weren't good. Maybe.
Well, if they wanted DS games of the false Cybertron game, then they'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Good thing they didn't, because then that would be much more of a continuity headache we'd have to deal with.
Oh, but or maybe bad thing, because those, when it's a big headache, they're the more entertaining ones, because I say more stupid stuff.
Sure. But with that is Transformers War for Cybertron Autobots and Transformers War for Cybertron Decepticons games for the Nintendo DS. Yay!
That was definitely a thing.
That was a trip.
That was.
Yep.
That was definitely a trip. Do either of you two have any questions about that?
Nope.
No, you're just like, yeah, that was a thing.
Yep.
Do my parents love me?
I don't know. I'm not your parents.
I think that's about the best answer you could have given.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. And yeah, that's War for Cybertron the DS.
That is game.
Yes, that is game. But we're not done with War for Cybertron games yet, because next time we have to talk about Transformers Cybertron Adventures for the Nintendo Wii.
The way it was meant to be played. And then after that, we talk about Rescue Bots, right?
No.
Oh.
We got a couple more.
We got a little bit more to get through before we get to Rescue Bots, my friend.
Oh.
Like Fall of Cybertron and the Cybertron game that nobody wants to talk about.
Really?
Also some tiny comics.
I've never heard of that one. What's it called?
The one that nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Voldemort?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're done. Unless you have anything to say?
No, I don't. So that basically wraps everything up. Be sure to check us out on the Nerdy Geek Talk social media, on Twitter. Nerdy Geek Talk, obviously. We also does the Nerdy Geek Talk channel have anything else? Just Twitter?
Yeah, it just has Twitter.
Okay.
No, it's Steel City Bots that has everything else.
Yeah. Just got those two mixed up for a second there.
Well, I mean, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah. You can find us also on all kinds of other podcast platforms like iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbeam, all that good stuff.
But not Spotify, because that one you have to pay to put your podcast up.
Yeah, we're cheap.
Yeah. I don't even know how we were able to afford this room I'm in, much less all the furniture.
Anyways, so yeah, Zeus, where can we find you social media wise?
You can find me on Twitter at _Zeus. That's the word _ spelled out. Recently, I've been doing a lot with the Marvel Legends Deadpool, and that's been a lot of fun because I get to say more stupid stuff and pretend like it's another person. You can also find me on Instagram at pcm.exe, where I haven't posted anything in a month. And my YouTube PCM Reviews, where I'm planning on recording something eventually. I got a new camera, so... And beyond that, you can find me lurking in back alleys, hunting down more continuities to ruin with my stupidity.
Moving on from that note, SoundJack, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at SoundJack426. My YouTube channel is predominantly a toy review channel, though I also have my own podcast called SoundJack's Rambles, where I talk about different nerdy things. My channel is also very, very quickly, hopefully quickly approaching my 250 subscriber milestone goal, at which point I will be doing a toy collection review. So if you happen to be interested in my toy collection, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give me those last 5 subscribers for that milestone. That might have been too much.
Check out
tangent.
the Ramble, the most recent one with the Infinity War, because I was on that, and that was fun.
Yes,
that
will be coming out.
That one I wasn't playing up a persona. I actually said some intelligent stuff.
Yes, you did.
So if you want to hear what I'm really
also...
like in real life, then go see that.
Yeah. Again, there's also my Instagram account where I post photos of my toys, as well as my Twitter where I hang out. So come on by and say hi.
Okay. And
That's it.
As for me, you can find me just on Twitter at Jared Proco. That's where I'm at basically all the time whenever I'm not at home sleeping or working or at school. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, ask away, and I'll try to give a semi-smart response.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, other than that, I think that's basically it. So remember to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And yep, that's basically it. Have a good one.